Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Tuesdays with Tom. My name is Peyton Hunley, and I am the Grants and Program Associate at the DECO Foundation, and this is Tom Leedy, the President of the DECO Foundation. Today, we're going to go over what happens after you send us a proposal. So Tom, can you walk us through what some of the steps are after someone sends us a proposal?
I'd be happy to, Peyton. So when a grant seeker fills out our application, and prior to making the grant, we refer to them as grant seekers. They fill out the application, and then when we receive the application, we assign it to a program officer. That program officer then follows up with the grant seeker to set up a time to meet so that they can discuss the proposal further. And we try to meet in person as much as we can, but it's at least going to be by phone call. And once that program officer meets with the grant seeker, then they take the information and add the additional information and put together what they understand the proposal to be. And then they meet with our program officers and myself, and we have additional questions, things that we're looking at the proposal to see if we understand how they're going to be handled. And then from there, we send the proposal on to our full staff who bring additional questions to the table. And then at that point, it's a staff recommendation that is sent to our grant review committee. Our grant review committee then meets, goes over the recommendation, asks further questions. They may change what's being recommended or accept it. And then once the grant review committee is satisfied with it, they send that recommendation to our board. And then our board, again, they may change it, they may accept it. But when it gets to the point where a decision's made, then we will reach back out to the grant seeker and let them know what that decision is.
Great, thank you. So why is it so important that staff members from the DECO Foundation go out and meet people in person?
Yeah, the reason why it's so important for us is that we're about relationships. We operate in 13 rural communities. The organizations that we fund typically are organizations that we funded before. So we have a relationship with them. We're going to see them again. And we don't want all the information about a particular idea, something that we're being asked to fund, to be required to fit within the application itself. We would prefer to use the application as a point of entry so we can look at what it is they're proposing, make an early determination if it sounds like something that fits within our mission or not, something we'd be interested in, and then go back out to the grant seeker to get any additional information that we need and help further that relationship.
Can you give me some examples of what additional information we would need from grant seekers?
Yeah, in our application, we're trying to understand a lot about what problem are you trying to solve. We're very much about problem solving. So we're trying to collect that kind of information. What is the idea? But along with that, once you understand that basic idea, there are other questions that come up, like who needs to buy into this in order for it to be successful? And does the grant seeker have that buy-in, or will they have that buy-in? A lot of times it's something that's going to have to be sustained over time. So are there plans in place to sustain it? And can they sustain it? Does that organization have the capacity to actually implement whatever it is that's being proposed? Those are all things that we're trying to figure out along the way. But it's also an opportunity for our program officers to talk to them about other ideas that are similar that we've seen, any contacts that we may have that may be able to help them develop it a little bit further. It's about that relationship building and trying to help them in any way we can to make it a successful project.
Sure. So on our application, we talk about the problem that they're working to solve, what a solution could be, and then the results after their proposal's done. So can you walk us through what results are and how we view those at the foundation?
Yeah, and we have a lot of information about how to write a result and what it looks like, and program officers work with grant seekers quite a bit on that. So I won't go into the detail of that, but I will say why results are important to us.
Mhm.
So as you said, we're looking at what problem are you trying to solve, what's your solution, and then the result aspect of it. And what it all boils down to is they're trying to change something, right? They're trying to make something better when it comes to how they're serving the people that they serve, or how they run their organization and manage it. And so, for us, the results are that tangible thing that we can see at the end that tells us if that change came about, if it took place. What would we look at to see that change came about because of the action that they took? So that's in a nutshell what we're
Mhm.
looking for in results.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And thank you for tuning in to Tuesdays with Tom. Next week, we're going to be discussing what problem you're working to solve.